it's Griffin and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we have a very special guest with us. But first I want to tell you guys a little bit more about her, and when I say her, I mean the oh so fabulous Kira Kazantsev. In September of 2014, Kira made history by becoming the third consecutive Miss New York to be crowned Miss America, and to this day she travels over 20,000 miles a month to spread her message, love shouldn't hurt, protecting women against domestic violence. Without further ado, Miss Kira.
Griffin.
Hi,
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So I use my YouTube channel to post videos twice a week, and I do how-tos, DIYs, I chat with everyone, and I discuss problems that are happening in the world. So it's really nice to have you here today to talk more in depth about domestic violence. Would you like to speak a little bit in brief about domestic violence and share an overview of it?
Okay, this became my platform, Love Shouldn't Hurt, Protecting Women Against Domestic Violence, because of a personal experience that I had in college. And I decided to take something that was really meaningful in my life and personal and turn it into something that I could help others with. And you know, when you first make that decision for yourself, you don't really understand the impact that it can have on others. And it's been, although it's been very challenging at times, it's been the best decision I ever made. And what I try and talk about is educating people on how to look for the signs, and if you do know what's going on, then what do you do to help? How do you reach out to somebody and make them feel comfortable confiding in you, and then getting them the help that they need? And that's been a big part of what I've been doing this year as Miss America, and it's been the best part of my job.
Yeah, it's awesome what you're doing, and I'm in love with everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
I have a few points that I'd like to bring up about domestic violence. The first is that it's not just between a man and his wife, because I feel like that's often how people see it. They just think domestic violence is a man abusing his wife.
So domestic violence can of course occur between a man and a woman. It can occur very often in gay couples. It can occur among you know, parents and their children. Elder abuse is another big one. So domestic violence, again, there's no barriers. And you know, I've heard so many stories about you know, maybe an older woman who is confined to a wheelchair or something like that. She can't control what maybe her caregiver is doing to her. In situations like that, when sometimes people don't even think about that, you know, it's so scary to think that a grandmother could be victim. That's where we come in with advocacy work and try and stop that cycle.
So the other thing that I wanted to mention is there are 3 types of abuse: physical, sexual, and emotional abuse.
Yeah, so I mean, the abuse can vary on, you know, it's completely different per case. Sometimes it's a physical aggression that's taken out on a victim. Sometimes it's a sexual control that an aggressor has on their victim, and very often it's an emotional abuse, and they prey on, I always say domestic violence offenders are predators. They prey on someone that might have low self-esteem, someone that that doesn't think very highly of themselves, unfortunately, and they prey on those weaknesses and manipulate others into believing that what's being done to them is okay.
And I think more often, I think emotional abuse happens probably the most.
Well, it happens, it's really interesting. It happens to so many people, and they don't even realize it, especially young girls that are starting to date in high school and college. They don't even understand what a healthy relationship is and how a man should be talking to them, or a woman, or you know, how their partner should be treating them. And that's why it's really important to talk about this in schools, and just to make it the basic thing that we all learn is how do we treat one another as human beings. And you know, you'd think that this is something that we would have figured out by now, but unfortunately it's running rampant, and we need to make sure that young girls and boys know exactly how to treat one another.
So going with that, everyone should know how to read the signs of an abusive relationship. Are there any tips that you could give my viewers to read the signs?
Yeah, of course. Depending on the situation, of course, there's always physical markers that can be seen, and then sometimes the emotional stress of it will end up with acting out. You know, the abuse of drugs and alcohol, emotional breakdowns, those types of things. You know, reclusive behavior, just oddities or small lies to cover up, you know, where they've been or what's happened to them, and behavioral inconsistencies that we as observers can pick up on. But the hardest part is once you've noticed it, is what do you do about it? And that's when, you know, it's really important to not judge. They can talk about it and open up, then it'll make them realize, like, oh my goodness, I need to do something about this. And if we all know, you can call the domestic violence hotline. You can reach out to safehorizon.org. It's an organization I work with, and they will help you. There's always somebody that will help you.
Yeah, there's always somebody in any situation that can always help you. So if you guys want, I'll leave the domestic violence hotlines and websites down below. If you know anybody that's struggling with an issue like this, or if you're someone that's struggling with an issue like this, please check those out. Regardless of where you've been and what's happened in your life, you can always take your life into your own hands and control your future. So in 2014, you were crowned Miss America. Can you tell us a little bit about that and your experience?
Yes, of course. So I was crowned, like you said, September 2014 as the 2015 Miss America. Mm-hmm. And I serve as the National Goodwill Ambassador for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, which is our official platform. And I travel all across the country visiting kids with the military as well. I was the first Miss America since about 1971 to travel abroad with the USO and visit our troops abroad, which was one of the most life-changing experiences, not just this year, but just in general. I also have gotten to work with Dick Clark Productions on some amazing shows, and I never thought I'd be at the American Music Awards introducing Pitbull, or at the Academy of Country Music introducing Martina McBride, or giving an award to One Direction. A year ago, I was a waitress in New York City, so it's really changed my life. Just so all your viewers know, the 2016 Miss America competition will be taking place on September 13th, live on ABC, so I hope everybody tunes in and sees the crowning of the new Miss America.
You guys should definitely check it out, and thank you so much for stopping by today and giving my viewers the opportunity to chat with us one-on-one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out all the hotlines and the links down below, and I will have Kira's social media links and my social media links down below, so hopefully I will see you guys later. Bye!